I'm on this move. I just wanted to say like 20, 25 minutes at least.
Right.
Because I feel like an hour dedicated to Wendy Williams is too much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save that for the beef episode.
Oh Lord.
But I was disappointed. You know what? Like, I'm just gonna wait till more people come in before I say my full thoughts and shit.
Right.
But have you ever seen the Wendy Williams interview with Whitney Houston?
I heard it. I didn't see it. I
Oh,
remember. I remember
yeah,
hearing it
yeah.
on the radio station that day. That was wild, yo. I never heard Whitney so pissed off, but Whitney had every right to be pissed off because Wendy was talking about her and Bobby forever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, Whitney definitely need to lay into her ass, yo. You know what I mean? BJ, what's good, yo? Sam, Ronnie, what up? You know? Sam is watching South Park. You ditching us to watch South Park? What's wrong with you?
At least he's here. So I know this month is gonna be a very good month. This month,
Yes.
I'm doing the massacre. I want to say, I
The
think I said
second.
Wednesday because I gotta go to ATL Friday. I might go to sleep a little early on Thursday.
Okay. It said the second. Did you do it on the second, right?
I said a massacre on the second. That's
Yeah. That's Tuesday.
oh, okay. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect then.
Right.
Because I might not even work on Tuesday because I gotta handle a few things.
Are we doing that or that's just by yourself?
Oh yeah, you and me are
Yeah.
doing that
Cause
one.
you didn't tell me about the massacre. That's why I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mentioned I mentioned that, but everything going on with the car and everything like that,
Right.
I kind of put that to the sidelines and stuff like that. But
We didn't do the Source Money review yet. That's after.
yeah, that's after, bro.
We doing that right after this.
But it's gonna be pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Then the three of us are gonna do the Phyllis Hyman album too.
Yes.
I cannot wait for that one.
Definitely. What up, Cruz, Antoine?
And then the three of us are gonna do Goats too.
That's the go to tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Goat with the Busta Rhymes reaction after.
Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, cause I said we're gonna review the Busta Rhymes video for Boop and all that other.
Oh, I didn't even watch that video yet. Boop.
Yeah, I never watched it yet either because I
And
wanted
he
to.
he did a remix video for the joint with MOP.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Busta just dropping all these videos.
He has like 28 songs on the album. So shit.
I mean, we picked the right singles. I don't like the BBD joint. I saw the video for that, and I like the MOP joint. I like that one, but I mean, shit, yo, like I can't keep up with the Busta videos.
Yeah, man. To be honest, man, with certain music videos today, it just be like I'm not even like in a rush to see a lot of music videos today. But if it's an
Eric, what's
artist that you said what?
go ahead, go ahead.
If it's an artist that I support, I'm like, okay, I'll watch it.
Eric, what's good, yo? Like, what's up with the package, man? That shit ain't come here yet. It's already like over 10 days. We going into February, and I'm still waiting for this package that he sent out.
Yeah, man. A lot of packages are running late right now, but who knows?
What about
Um,
Big L and Lord Finesse?
yo,
When
Lord
Lord
Finesse,
Finesse?
Lord Finesse, this coming middle of next month too.
The big picture, we doing that?
Yeah, that's the last one we doing for DITC.
Yeah, because he only got two albums, so
Yeah,
you know.
I wanted to say the big picture for the last one until
Okay.
I who did I say I was doing after oh until I do Big Pun's Yeah Baby.
Oh yeah, you did mention that.
Yeah.
That came out in February, right?
Yeah
I
Baby
want to
did
say
come
yeah.
out on
That came yeah,
February.
'cause the anniversary is February for him.
Hold up.
You know, Dilla passed away February. Pun, Whitney,
Cornelius.
Don Cornelius, right?
Oh, it came out April 4th.
Oh, April. I thought it was February.
I
Well,
I, I could have sworn it was February.
he died in February, but it came out in April.
Yeah. Well, we can do
Yeah.
on Pun's death, like the
Okay.
anniversary of his death, which is February
Right.
7th.
The seventh. Okay.
Hold on. Okay, that's next Sunday. We can pre-record that one, me and you.
All right.
I'm gonna write that down so I won't forget.
I love the unsung Phyllis Hyman. I didn't see that one.
That was a sad one.
That was
Jesus
that one.
Christ. Yeah, I still gotta send you a couple unsung episodes. I've just been reorganizing my room, all that bullshit.
Okay.
'Cause I still got you. Did I send you the EPMD one, right?
I saw that one. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
I saw
cool.
that one.
Cool.
I mean, I pretty much already knew the story with them.
Yeah, true,
Hmm.
true. I didn't know Eric's Gold, the EPMD song Gold Dig was literally about Wendy Williams. That's what I didn't know.
See that I didn't know. That part
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Um, shit.
Did we do capital punishment? I thought we did that.
I did that years ago.
We did that years ago.
Solo.
Yeah, we never. I never talked about Yeah Baby or capital punishment.
Yeah, man. I remember I know that was like one of my first reviews I've done and shit.
Salute to Ashley. What's good?
Hey Ash. You know, BJ, I actually do like Nina some more. I need to hear some more stuff from her to keep it a buck with you. But one thing, they did her wrong with that fucking movie. That's all I'm gonna say. They did her so dirty in that movie. How you have a
Eric, you never check your email. I'll be emailing you and he don't check his email.
yo man? Once it gets 10 minutes, I'm just gonna start with this review and shit because
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get my thoughts together. How am I gonna approach this review?
It's Wendy. Just everybody know who she is.
Yeah.
What up, Ray Sean?
Hey Ray. Yo, shout out to Ray Sean and shit. We were talking about Madonna's Erotica album earlier.
It's a dope album.
I'm sorry, but niggas be sleeping on Madonna in the '90s. I'm sorry.
I agree. Some of her best albums are from that era.
Some of her best albums were better than the ones in the '80s and shit.
I wouldn't go that far down because I grew up with Madonna the same time I grew up with Prince and Michael, so I thought everything at that time that she came out with was classic.
Yeah, I mean, I can respect that. I
So
guess.
so you don't care for none of her '80s albums like True Blue and Like a Virgin?
Okay, the Madonna album and Like a Virgin, love those albums.
Hmm.
True Blue is where I had mixed feelings on. I
Really?
liked it, but
Uh huh.
I'm not a huge fan of that album.
Okay.
Like a Prayer, like I've always said, Like a Prayer, the first half was good, and the second half was faltered off a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I didn't
But
like.
when
I
she came
didn't.
out with like Erotica and
I forgot
Bedtime
what
Stories,
when we did that review. I forgot what I gave that album because I didn't care for it that much.
you gave it like a 3.5.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that one. But it's not one of my favorite Madonna albums. But that's a lot of people seem to love that album.
It's her most important album because artistically she grew up on the album, literally.
Right. Right.
Like if it wasn't for Like a Prayer, we probably would have not gotten like Ray of Light if you keep it a buck with you.
Right.
Which we need to talk about Ray of Light too. I need
Yes,
to get
that
my
was a
hands on
dope
that
album.
album.
Yes, definitely.
This nigga Kevin. And you know I gotta talk about Kevin, yo. Okay. Yeah, Madonna's not afraid
Yeah,
to be herself and shit.
definitely.
I'm seeing Reggie, you're right. I agree with Reg. I guess Eric Samuelson, I agree with me about what the Madonna said, or I said about Madonna. What am I right about, Antoine? I'm just asking. Because I'll be saying hella shit and I'll be reading comments late sometimes. I can be like, okay. Man, Eric, you be having like a rare exclusive shit, man. I cannot wait to see what this nigga got.
I invited Erica for the next one we doing.
Yeah, I invited Eric
Reunion.
too, so
Yes. Oh, Eric, you got like 2 invites. You didn't even tell me.
I'm gonna show you another sneak peek. Hold on.
Uh-oh. You never listen to Madonna? Start with like a Virgin. That's like one of her classic ones with Material Girl and like a Virgin and True Blue, I love that one. You know, Papa Don't Preachers on that album and Open Your Heart. Who's that? Eric Clapton. Wow, what's that from the 70s?
Yeah, this is his very first solo album.
Oh shit,
I've been looking for this for years.
it's out of print.
I think it is out of print to keep it a book. It was kind of hard to come by because everyone always talks about Slow Hand, which I love Slow Hand, but that
Right.
first album is more raw.
I love 90s Madonna. Is she has some great albums. You know, Bedtime Stories is my favorite from that era. Erotica was dope. Ray of Light, definitely a classic.
Yeah,
Dick Tracy album, that's the one album I don't like from that era. Don't like that one.
yeah, that
Unless
album is just. Ugh.
unless you're into like all slow 50s ballads, that's not an album that I would get.
I'm gonna go on about 2 more minutes.
I'm more
BJ,
Janet than Madonna. Niggas in the hood, yeah, but you see, you can be in the hood and not be hood. It's a difference. Like I didn't grow up being a hood nigga. I wasn't on the corner. Like I was always active in sports and stuff. So my musical taste is different from a lot of other hood niggas. Just from the musical background I came from. So yeah, I love Madonna.
yo, Eric, you gonna get his first solo album? I never heard the Kiss solo albums from the '70s. I never heard those. But, let's just get this over with. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. Well, it's like a movie review, whatever. I kind of hinted that we're gonna do this last week when we talked about the Salt and Pepper. Today we're gonna talk about the Wendy Williams movie.
Yep.
Um, got my co-host Try with me.
What up?
Oh my God, where do I even start? Oh Jesus! So everyone should know who Wendy Williams is. Everyone should know if you're a rapper, she's probably the number one enemy in hip hop next to C. Dolores Tucker. I mean, everyone knows about her show, etc., etc. So originally, I was not planning on watching this movie. I really was. I was like, out of all the movies in Lifetime, I'm like, okay, Wendy Williams, that's perfect. But my petty ass, I mean, I started Salt and Pepper movie like last week, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. So I was like, I'm gonna give this shit a chance. Cause technically, I was trying to do a beef episode on her too. So I was like, you know what, let me give this a chance. And the movie, dare I say, was actually pretty good. It's not as bad as Salt and Pepper.
Hmm.
It's not. But let's just talk about this because I have. So apparently, her family. I'm just gonna give y'all a synopsis. Her family always criticized her because she was kind of getting weight when she was little, and there was a scene where she was in a birthday party, and she was like playing with the little kid, musical chairs. I used to love that game, musical chairs.
Yes, I used to love that.
That used to be my yeah. I used to be kicking niggas out the chair and stuff like that. And so
Oh man.
pretty much Wendy, like when you like the last two, and it's like one chair. You try to slowly, you can't be walking too fast. So she got on the chair, but
Right.
the chair broke pretty much. And so her mom got mad at her and stuff like that because talking about you're too big and stuff like that, yada yada yada. So and this is an issue I had with the movie. It was way too fast paced, way too fast paced.
Yeah, it was.
Like 1 minute she was a little child, next minute she grows up and then she does radio. It's like what made you want to do radio? You know how I always say about biopics. I don't like a lot of fast paced biopics.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion.
Hmm.
That's the same issue I had with the James Brown Get On Up movie, which I have to talk about that movie one day.
Yeah, that was
But
good.
then she got into radio and then she ended up having a cocaine addiction,
Right.
which She talks about this a lot on the show and stuff like that. So she was on coke, and then basically this R&B singer. That's when, because if you guys haven't been following the news, you'll be knowing that this Sharik dude. I don't know shit about Sharik. I really don't know
Never
shit.
heard of him. Never heard
Never
of
heard
him.
of him.
No.
And they had to rename. They had to give him a different name and stuff like that too. I think because of like copyright or controversy and stuff like that. They
Right.
called him like Pretty Tony,
Right.
right? So he pretty much date raped her in a hotel. You know, back in the '80s,
Mm-hmm.
this was like a very like this was like a heavy issue back in the '80s, '90s, and stuff like that. So
Right.
that kind of impacted her to not hear anybody to shut her up and stuff like that. You know, so she ended up getting a job on the radio, working the radio. You know, getting popular and stuff like that. And then, you know, she started moving on up, and she started working for this lady. I think her name was like Claire Tony or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I forgot the name, but then we found out she dated Eric B of Eric B and Rakim.
That I didn't
I was
know.
like,
Did not know that.
Eric B,
Mm-hmm.
the nigga that don't say cause I was like, I never knew this. I don't think
That's why we didn't know, cause he don't talk. So.
like Eric B. He has a story. He was almost he almost took over death row when Suge Knight went to prison back in the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
He was down with Pac with the death row ease. I mean, he has a story himself.
Right.
So, and this is like a funny thing where he pretty much fucked her over. He got her a rental car, and she was late for work.
Mm-hmm.
And so, pretty much while she was working, you know, the rental car service talking about you got to turn in the rental car, or else we're gonna put out an APB for your arrest and
Right.
stuff like that. So, next thing you know, it's furthers her radio career. She's in Hot 97, and she pretty much like got five. I don't want to say it was Hot 97 yet, but she got fired from the radio station in New York
Right.
because, you know, she was just saying like a lot of reckless shit. You know, she was talking about, you know, getting like plastic surgery done and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, that's when she started hooking up with the Kevin dude,
Right.
the Kevin Gordon, whatever his name is. Oh Lord have mercy. And so, you know, they were getting all close, and then he was like a street nigga and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, next thing you know it, she started saying a lot of shit about, you know, rappers, talking shit about Bobby Brown, you know. Then she saw that Total had a bad contract, and so
Mm-hmm.
the Total girls, and yeah, Eric,
That is true because Kima is in the documentary talking about that.
yeah, I'm watching it right now.
Yeah, that they
Yeah,
went down there to beat her ass.
yeah, and then Kevin was like, yo, want to strap me?
They would have beaten his ass too. All three of them.
Oh yeah,
You know.
and so yeah, so she had three miscarriages.
Right.
Well, two miscarriages. One of them was a stillborn and stuff
Right.
like that. And then next thing you know, it she got some of the boobs done. She just wanted like to look forward and stuff like that. But then Kevin started cheating on her
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. And then you can tell like mentally she was like really like breaking and stuff like that because she ended up taking him back. And next thing you know, they had her show. They had a show, the Wendy Williams show, and people were scared. And I remember when it was announced that Wendy Williams had a show back in like
Mm-hmm.
'09.
Mm-hmm.
People were not having it because it was just like she had like a bad reputation on the radio.
Right.
They were like, what could she do on TV? But then, of course, the show was like very popular. Even to this day, it's still getting like big ratings to this day, winning awards and stuff like that. And then, you know, Kevin, you know, he started showing his ass more, you know, had his side chick. So this fool had like a house with his side chick and stuff like that. And Wendy pretty much like vandalized the crib. And then, you know, just talks about, you know, her finding her independence after Kevin. Like I said, the movie was just way too fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like 3 minutes for every. It was like the Salt and Pepper movie was like 3 hours,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And
And they
they
pretty
were. I see. I know. I think Salt and Pepper's film was more in detail about stuff that went on compared to Wendy because I don't know like her relationship with Kevin.
yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I know that he did it wrong a couple of
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so she pretty much went to rehab because you know that incident when she fainted on live TV in the Statue of
Mm-hmm.
Liberty, and so she was in rehab and stuff like that. And then they had to have people drive her to work and then drive her back to the safe house
Right.
and stuff like that. So, and at the end, she left Kevin at the end, and then
Hmm.
it was just like, yeah, to this day, Wendy Williams was just saying what she had to say. And
Hmm.
then now I'm watching this documentary right now, and it's like the documentary is like more details. Like saying like a lot more shit. They were
That's
talking,
what they should have had. They should have had the documentary instead of the movie.
yeah,
You know, because you actually had you had people on it. You had Mr. C on there, who was friends with Kevin and her, and they were doing club parties, promoting club parties at different New York City clubs. You had Kima from Total that talked about Total going to Hot 97 to beat her ass. You know what I'm saying? You had different people on the documentary that wasn't in the film. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the film was just basically more about her hooking up with Kevin and her relationship with Kevin and then having a baby with them than about her actual career. You know what I'm saying? And like she's not no angel. Like we over the years we know this stuff that Wendy put out there for people. You know the Whitney Houston interview. They talked about that. The whole gay rappers list with Eric Sermon on there and Redman and Puffy and Mace. We know about that. You know, she called out Method Man's wife when she had cancer and her family didn't know about that. We know about that. You know, she exposed Pepper's marriage when Tretch was cheating on her. There's so many things that this woman has done and that put people on blast that karma got to her and you see what happened in the end result when karma got back to her and people wasn't sorry for her when she was going through that ordeal with Kevin.
right. And that's the thing too about this movie. This movie is I feel like it left us wanting more, I guess. And there was like a lot of shit that she's done over the years, and
Yeah,
people still has not forgiven. But even that's why a lot of people
exactly.
have not even came to a show
Right.
and shit.
The
So
the did you ever see the episode when Puffy finally went to her show?
I've seen bits and pieces of
Like
it.
he was scared, like she was throwing darts at him, like you know what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I think he felt like, oh, maybe this was a mistake. But we know about her feud with Bad Boy and Puffy, and you know with the whole Nas thing when Nas was with Khalees and he bought the engagement ring from Jacob Jeweler, and Khalees's girlfriends looked at the ring and said it was fake, and then that put Jacob out of business, and she did all that. When Prodigy got his jewels stolen on the video set, she talked about that. She did a lot of people dirty in the industry. So when Karma hit her ass, people didn't care. Like they just was like, yo, that's what you get for talking shit about everybody else. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I thought the documentary was better. They should have just had that instead. Like the biopic ran too fast and it was too much about Kevin than her own actual life. And I feel like the documentary explained a lot more that the movie didn't have.
Right. I agree with you.
And they showed that there was a clip like like Wendy was crazy. Like there was a clip when Mariah, you saw the Mariah one when Mariah
Yeah.
came up there and she's asking Mariah, so when's the last time you had sex? Yo, when's the last time you slobbed on a knob? Yo, only Wendy could say that shit. Only Wendy and Howard Stern would have said shit like that to Mariah. Nobody else would have did that.
Mm.
You know?
Howard Stern was just more ruthless.
Yeah, he didn't care. But that's why a lot of people looked at Wendy like she was like the ghetto hood version of Howard Stern. If Howard Stern was like black and a female, it would be her. You know?
Hmm. But yeah, man. What did you think about the movie?
It was okay. It wasn't great. Like I said, like I think it focused too much on Kevin. Like Kevin, he knew what he was doing. He was a dude that met her at a club. He already knew like of her celebrity, and he latched onto her, boot her up, and took advantage of her. Like every picture you see with him and her in public, he's rocking like name brand shit, Fendi vests and Gucci and Polo and all that. That's all her money. The diamond studded chains he was rocking. That's all her. He knew what he was doing. He looked at her as a come up and he took advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? And to be quite frank, like if you look at his baby mama, the other one, she looked better than Wendy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like shit. I would have smashed the other chick. You know what I mean? So You know, the
Right.
movie was okay. I prefer the Salt and Pepper film more. I think that was a lot better, and they went more in detail with them. You know, like I said, like I know Wendy for the radio drama because I was a big Hot 97 fan back in the '90s, and I listened to a lot of that radio station back then when she was on there and Angie and Flex and you know what I'm saying. But the whole Kevin relationship, I wasn't listening to radio at that time, so I don't know what was going on with her and Kevin. You know.
Yeah, she's going through in this documentary shit.
Yeah, Oprah's on a different level than Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy can't touch Oprah.
Yeah, more people respect Oprah than Wendy. I think the hood respect Wendy more than Oprah though. You know what I'm saying? For different reasons.
Mm. But yeah, I'm gonna stay on to like 5 more minutes and shit. But yeah, I know the Whitney Houston, Bobby Christina. There's a documentary next week, which I'm
Are
not
you
even
are you
watching.
watching that? You're not gonna
Nah,
watch that? How
this is
many more? How many more like stuff can they discuss about Whitney? I feel like they've already milked that well dry already. How much more can you talk about Whitney? She's dead already.
exactly.
Like let Bobby. Bobby's been grieving for all this time. His daughter and his wife. Like let him grieve in peace. So
Yeah, this is ridiculous at this point.
you know
Same old
what else can they
bullshit.
show?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They already did a Bobby Christina movie too,
Right.
bro.
I'm like, what else are they gonna show? I saw a Whitney documentary. Didn't they have one on Showtime like 2 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that. That was great. So unless you're beating the Showtime documentary, what are y'all showing that's so different? Star and Book was just I don't know. They want some other shit.
Mhm.
You know.
And you said Charlamagne was under Wendy Williams, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the dark. That's another thing. The dark skinned dude that was playing Charlemagne in the movie don't even look like Charlemagne. I'm like
He don't.
Charlemagne is not dark skinned like that.
He's not.
You know. Yeah, that's her protege because like they showed pictures with her and Charlemagne together.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Supposedly she smashed Method Man. I'm like I don't know. Method ain't come out and say shit. He might be true. You know, if that wasn't true, you would come out and deny it as soon as it came out. The fact that he's been quiet, it might be true.
I mean, this nigga said Wendy was Superhead before Superhead. Where is the Superhead movie? That's what I want.
For real, right? Where's her movie? She wrote a book. I'm waiting for the Lifetime superhero film.
Right. That's the movie Lifetime should be made. Hell, not
Yeah,
Lifetime. Hell, BT.
right. Yeah,
They put
BT.
on BT. The Lifetime would just speed right through that shit.
I like Sway better. And Angie did her thing though. Like Angie had Battle of the Beats, that show that ran during the '90s. That was a good show, and Angie did her thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think Sway is more for the culture.
Yeah, Sway's that nigga though.
Yeah, Sway put Kanye in his place. He wasn't afraid of Kanye. Do you think Wendy Williams is a fake douche? Oh
No.
man. Eric, answer your email when I hit you up, yo. I don't got Facebook.
Yeah, right. I gotta be listening to that Go album tomorrow and shit, or later today.
The last great LL album. The last
I'm,
great to be
I'm not gonna
continued.
be too nice on it, to be honest.
Well, what if that's not your last favorite LL album? What is?
I would say Mr. Smith was the last great LL.
The
I
last
say
great one?
Goat was the last good LL.
Right.
But even I use that term good loosely.
Well, shit. I mean, compared to the stuff after Goat, that's a classic. You know,
Yeah, everyone says that album's a classic. I'm not one of those.
I'm being facetious. It's not a classic, but it is a solid album though.
Who had the best verse on I Shot You? Prodigy.
Yeah, I love Prodigy verse. I love Foxy Brown verse too.
Oh yeah, Foxy held it down too.
Yeah, see, like if Kanye was on the Angie show, Kanye would have had his way with Angie, because Angie not really like that. You know what I'm saying? I never heard like Angie have to like put somebody in check. Like Wendy is different. Wendy would have put him in check a long time ago, and
Right.
Sway definitely, cause Sway from Oakland, like he ain't playing.
Kanye just crazy. Old Kanye tied up somewhere.
He in the sunken place.
Oh yeah, if anyone's gonna ask me about that gig last night was trash.
Yeah, you got your money back. That's good.
Oh yeah,
Janky promoters, man.
pretty much they said I was gonna perform. They start your shit late, then you're gonna have somebody perform in my spots. I'm like, fuck that, no.
How does that happen?
Talking about, oh, they didn't see me, nigga. I showed you motherfucker your spot. And y'all have my fucking music as a DJ. What the fuck you mean you didn't see
Right.
me? Should be like Salt and Pepper having pastors perform at your show and shit. Fuck.
The fake Reg performing and shit.
I'm gonna talk about some books one day. But yeah, I'm actually going to end off this video so we can just do the Sauce Money review.
Yes.
Um,
When are you dropping the Source Money review? I know Sam is anxious for that.
oh shit. Either tomorrow or Monday.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna answer one more comment. Get you. Oh, you know me, Ray Sean. I always give my honest opinion about albums. I don't give a fuck who gets mad these days and shit.
Right.
But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. If you guys are interested, check the movie out. If not, watch the documentary and shit. But y'all have a good night.
Yes.
I'm gonna send you another link for the Sauce Money and shit.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I'll
Sauce
send
Money.
you a link. Yeah.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.